You're listening to a CanadianMovieCrew.com production.
Earth versus the Spider is the story of a young man who gets evil spider powers. Or is it? Welcome back to the Yours of the Movie podcast, where we try to find the real story behind the story. I'm Derek McFarlane.
I mean, Mark.
Joining us... Go ahead.
Oh, I'm Scott White. I didn't know I was going to get an introduction.
Yeah, you're practically family now, so... joining us, Scott White is back with us again. Scott, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Oh, I'm ecstatic. I'm quitting my job.
And no, he doesn't mean the show.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that Earth versus the Spider was bad, but I don't think it's bad enough to make us hang up the microphone, so to speak.
No. If I was a zombie for the FBI, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Which job are you quitting?
My full-time job. I'm getting a new one. I officially got the call yesterday. I'm switching jobs to a new one, so I'll be working at a hotel now instead of a call center.
Oh, that's awesome! Congratulations, man. It's always good. Some people are afraid of change, but sometimes change is good.
Oh, I need to get the fuck out of there. Mark, you got out of there once.
Yeah, but I still ended up in call centers, so.
Yeah, well, that's true, too.
So, one step forward.
Scott, you ever worked at a call center?
I have never worked at a call center.
Yeah, don't, trust me.
Yeah, if someone says, hey, you're funny, you'd be good on the phone, say, yep, I probably would, and just keep walking.
Yeah, just walk away. But
speaking
today,
of changes.
Yeah. I have seen this movie before.
So did I, right around the same year, 2001.
Really?
Sure, a story about a young man who gains weird spider powers.
Oh, okay.
It comes out in 2001.
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
I actually mean I've seen Earth versus the Spider before.
What?
Yeah, believe it or not.
How?
I think I caught the end of it. I think I was still living at home, and it must have been on like IFC or something. Like it must have been on it must have been playing on television. I think it was like a Sunday afternoon movie on like a weird channel like Bravo or something like that, like our version of like Cinemax. Where they show all the all the artsy films and shit.
Oh, this is artsy.
Well, okay, maybe Showcase where they show the weird shit. Because I remember the scene where Dan Aykroyd walks into his apartment and sees her in the spider web. I was like, I have seen this movie before, or at least this part before.
Oh, I see. So, well, yeah, I suppose a good-looking woman tied up in a spider web might catch the eye.
Actually, it was Dan Aykroyd that did it, which is depressing, but...
Oh, no, Canadian love, right there.
Well, sure.
Okay, Canadian interest, right there.
Scott, what were you...
Well, once again, do I have to apologize for this movie again? For all the movies that I suggest?
Well, this one wasn't so bad, but...
I had a few laughs.
I think I was a zombie for the FBI set a very, very low bar, so this one's tolerable.
That was my plan. Set the bar low.
Yeah. Well, where did you come up with this one? Where did you find this one?
Okay, so I was in a thrift store in San Antonio, and I saw the case, Earth versus a Spider, and I'm always a sucker for a giant insect movie, and Dan Aykroyd. I like Dan Aykroyd. So it didn't have the DVD in it. It was just the case. So I thought, oh, they have the DVDs behind the counter. You take the case up there. And I take the case up there, and they're like, no, we don't have the DVD. It's just the case.
What?
And then they go, I swear they go, do you still want to buy the case? No.
How much for the case?
It was like $2. It was $2.
Please buy this case. We can't. Somebody took the DVD. We can't sell the case. Just buy the case. We'll pay you to take the case.
That's exactly what somebody went in there and slipped the DVD into their coat and left the. Okay, so I didn't buy it, and then last month, a couple of months ago, I saw it in a used DVD store, and I bought it. So because it was just, I always had that. It's like that just struck that memory. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll buy this. I thought of you guys after I bought it. I go, this is something that we could definitely do on this show. So that's where the
How much this time around?
$5.
Oh, see, that's where they get you. That's where they get you. The extra $3 is for the movie.
Yeah, it's $3 for the movie, $2 for the case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is a doozy, Scott. I got to say, right from the get-go, with their opening on their fake comic book, I was like, I was in for like a monster movie, like you said, and then we open up and it's like a comic book movie, and I'm like, what the hell? I was surprised right from go.
I thought the exact same thing. It was, and as we know, by watching this movie really doesn't know what it wants to be. Does it want to be a comic book movie? Does it want to be a horror movie? Does it want to be a thriller? It goes all over the film noir, a detective story.
Thank you. I was going to say a 1930s detective story. Yeah.
I honestly think Dan Aykroyd and the lady playing his wife are in that movie, and then they somehow loosely wrapped it around this not superhero movie. Like they shot 2 movies and somehow made it work into something, you know?
Yeah.
Now, one thing that's interesting about this, although it's from Stan Winston Studios, Stan Winston, I knew that name somewhere. I looked it up. He's actually like really big into special effects, not computer, but like practical effects.
Yeah.
So when we get down to the actual spider himself, he doesn't look that bad because, and when we're dealing with Stan Winston's Creature House, he's done everything from like Terminator, Jurassic Park, Avatar, all kinds of like really big name movies. With practical effects. He's actually a big name in that. So I was surprised to see his name attached to it. And then I saw the spider. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, it was like interesting to see a big name attached. Aside from Aykroyd.
No, I agree. The practical spider. Well, at the we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah, for the most part, the practical spider effects were very good.
Especially considering the budget they must have had for this, which was next to nothing.
I'm sure the budget went to Dan Aykroyd. Yeah.
Yeah. yeah.
First, they weren't promoting his vodka.
Well, I just wanted. I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted this. Dan Aykroyd must have done this movie because he wanted to. Because you see a lot of big name stars or former big name stars that are doing movies because they're broke. Like Nicolas Cage, he's doing it. Dan Aykroyd has more money than God because of all of his side businesses, because of the those blues cafe, the Blues Brothers cafes, and you mentioned his vodka. I looked it up. He's worth between $300 and $400 million. Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, but some of that has come in the last little while. I don't think he had his vodka back in 2001.
No,
probably
yeah. But I'm just saying, I don't think Dan Aykroyd did this for the money. I think he did it because it was just something that he wanted to do. He wasn't forced to do this Nicolas Cage was. No. I think we can all agree that Dan Aykroyd is batshit crazy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, he believes in the occult. He like the character from with him in Ghostbusters about believing in the occult and aliens and everything else. That's not far from the actual truth.
Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, did I ever tell you guys I met him once?
Oh, really?
No.
Okay. So I'm walking up the street it was in Kingston, and I say up the street because it was literally up a hill, and he was just ahead of me. He was actually putting some quarters in a parking meter. That goes to show you how old this story is. It's actually right around the release of this movie, probably a year or two after. I'm like, holy cow, it's Dan Aykroyd, and I'm thinking I'll never get a chance to meet a celebrity like that again. So he walks up to our local theater. It's one of the older school ones where with the marquee and stuff like that. It's not one of the big box ones. That's the one that they had downtown. So anyway, he's in the doorway, kind of just off the sidewalk. And I was like, oh, Mr. Aykroyd, I just wanted to say I'm a really big fan of your movies. And I barely got that sentence out when from out of my blind spot comes barreling a very large police officer who says to him, yeah, we just came to let you know we got that thing all taken care of. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Move along. He
literally had that thing taken care of?
Yeah. something like that. Like it was very innocuous, very. Oh yeah, I just wanted to let you know, or we made the arrangements, or whatever. Like he basically, but the guy was out of breath. Like he was, as far as I could tell, the cop was parked across the street watching out for Dan Aykroyd because he came out of nowhere, and just like basically was like, started to talk to him, and so I would leave, and I'm like, yep, I get the hint, I'm gone. So I just kept walking.
Oh, that's weird.
Yep. I had to. Well, once you said he was a little weird, I was like, yeah, I got to tell this story now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Our tax dollars at work.
Wow, that's fucking weird. Welcome back, Dan Aykroyd. We can say that.
Sure.
From Ghostbusters 2 and Crossroads. Both done
that's
on this
right.
show.
That's right. Yes.
The Britney Spears movie. Welcome to the show. I'm going to welcome to the show one person here, John Cho.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Who I had no idea was in this movie, and he showed up. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Now there's actual stars in this thing. Like, what the hell?
This is like the before they were stars section of the podcast.
Yeah.
When did Harold and Kumar come out?
Harold and Kumar.
Yeah, good question.
Because this is, well, it had to be after this, but I'm not, because this was 2001.
Let's see.
2004.
There you go.
Okay, so this was a couple years before that. So.
Yep.
So the story revolves around a guy, Quentin, who works as a security guard at Biochem Co., which I thought was weird because it's not Biochem Space Company, it's Biochemco.
Biochemco, yeah.
Like the full word. And that threw me off. That threw me off, I have to admit.
Well, here's what threw me off is, this movie has the typical bad movie padding. It's like we got to get this movie out, and a typical bad movie padding is watching the protagonist get ready for the day. Where he gets up and he showers and all that, and we see all that, but we see him. What threw me off is we see him brush his teeth first, and then he eats breakfast.
Yeah.
Good point.
Monster does that.
That was weird.
As you can see, he's already got the makings of a monster right from the get-go.
Yeah. And then they're dropping hints. It's like he's got his hands full and he has to turn off the stove, so he turns it off with his foot. He turns to his dog, who's named Thor. So you're thinking, this really is going to be a comic book movie. And he goes, "Don't you ever wish you had another hand?" Which is totally. Anybody else in that situation would have put something down on the counter right next to them and turned off the stove.
Yeah, or
so that was
before you pick up everything.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Come on.
Cook your meal,
and then
turn off the stove.
Yeah.
Then brush your teeth. Then head out the door. Like this guy's.
And then try to pick up your neighbor.
We'll
get
Mary Jane.
Not Brooke Burke. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Denise Richards. Okay. Yeah.
Actually,
Denise, Thank you. I couldn't think of her name. Not Denise Richards. It's like I knew who it was. Charlie Sheen's ex. That's all I could think of. Yes, not Denise Richards. So. And then there's scene when he's brushing his teeth and he has a flower in a test tube, and he puts some water in it, and they pay a lot of attention to it. So you think to yourself, that's going to come back later in the film. That's going to be important later in the film. Nope. Never seen it.
Never seen again.
Yeah, and it means nothing.
I spent so much time with it in the first place because it never comes back.
Well, you think he would, like, maybe, I don't know, give it to her as like a cute little present or something like that. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, those. I don't want to jump it. Well, I guess we can. Can we jump around in this movie?
Sure.
Or are we gonna go?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my notes go from end to end here, so.
Here. I'll give you an overall thing. There's a break-in for some reason at the biochem.
Never. Once again, never explained why this is. Why the break-in is.
No.
Yeah, they obviously want what the lab is working on. We know that. But it never comes back. There's no super villain that's after this stuff or anything like that. That's what they're missing is a real
There's
bad
no
guy.
villain. Yeah, there's no villain in the movie at all.
Yes, they have the prototypical. Oh well, that guy. You know the people are going to get killed immediately when you see it. The two punks. You know they're going to get killed. And
I'm coming back to those.
Cop. Yeah, we're going to come back to him. But the asshole cop, he's going to get killed. So it's like no surprise of all the people that eventually get killed in this movie.
But yeah, there's a break-in at Biochem Co. And they're after the secret formula. Sure, okay. And I love it. They have the young security guard and the old security guard, and so they've got a guy who's got a limp and is probably 2 days away from retirement, although he didn't say it.
Let's be fair. The limp comes and goes.
Yeah. Okay. So he has a partial limp.
Yes. When he remembers to limp, he limps.
Yeah. I think you have more appearances on this show than he had limps in the movie where he's supposed to have a limp.
Yes.
He's part-time. All right. But so then this chemical company who has enough money for all this research equipment stuff, they arm their guys with pepper spray. So when armed gunmen descend on this place in droves, apparently, because there seemed to be always like a new guy popping up on the camera. Oh no, look out, guy in ski mask, and then I get there. Oh no, look out, guy in ski mask, and there's already two guys in ski masks already in there, and so they arm them with pepper spray and wonder how could you let this happen? Bitch, give me a gun.
Yeah, I'm a rent-a-cop. I have mace. When they fire him.
They fire him, yeah. Well, who calls the cops? They don't.
Yeah, because he hit the button, but it didn't work. Unless it was a silent alarm, but from his reaction.
Did he hit a button? I was too busy making fun of him.
The old guy did, yeah.
There was a button under the table, but when he hit it, he goes, "Oh shit," or something like that. Like it didn't work.
Oh.
So I don't know. And just the fact, like you brought up, the old man, it's like when he's like, you're a good kid and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, man, this guy's on borrowed time.
Oh, absolutely. He's our Uncle Ben.
Yes. That's what we need to do. Oh, I didn't even think of that, but you put that in my head. Yes.
Oh,
we have
my God. We have the hot neighbor, Mary Jane. We got the old guy gives, you should ask out that nice girl next door. Friggin' Uncle Ben. I'm surprised he didn't say. I'm surprised he didn't say the line. You got some power there, kid, and with great power comes, you really should take care of that, or something,
But I didn't think of that. You're absolutely right. He was the Uncle Ben character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that, but.
Oh, sure. Well, a wise old man gives him advice and he dies, and Buddy gets really pissed off about it. Like, this is
the advice he gives is ask out the hot chick.
Well, we don't get a lot of time with them, so.
Well, that's very true too. That's very true too.
Yeah. Uncle Ben is taken from us long before we deserve to be. So.
The only thing missing from that scene was the line, "I'm getting too old for this shit." That was the only thing missing from that.
You gonna have lethal weapon this thing?
Yes.
So Derek, keep going with the summary there, and let's.
So the break-in happens, and so he gets fired, and he realizes we've had a run-in with some bullies too, and he's sick and tired of being weak. So he decides he's going to inject himself with some biochemical shit, some red goo, and the only reason he does it is because the old security guard theorizes that it's giving the spiders more power. So he goes on the assumption that the security guard is right, and then stabs himself with the thing, thus getting spider powers. Which okay. First question.
By the way, you summarized that perfectly. Perfectly.
Thank you. the obvious first question is, why are you believing the old security guard when you have fucking scientists in there?
It's true. For all he knows, they could be trying to like cure arachnid cancer or something like that, or
They could be trying to give it arachnid AIDS.
they might be testing out an AIDS cure on these things, and
Well, and did you notice, this is a thing, but did you notice that the needle that he injects himself with, it isn't a needle, it has a flat point? It's like that would never go into your arm.
It had a flat point?
It wasn't a needle. The top, it was flat. If you look at it, I go, because the way he did it, it's like there's no way that thing would go into his arm unless it was a amount of pressure. But no, it wasn't a needle. So
you see them. They're watching the process, and they see a needle go into a spider, and red stuff that glows is coming out of the spider.
Yeah.
Why would you put that in your body without talking to somebody about it first? I don't mean the old man. Like, Uncle Ben doesn't know everything.
Yeah, he just assumes that this is going to give him superpowers because he's read too many comics.
Yeah.
Secondly, okay, this is what... Okay, we know later on whatever he got injected with does give him superpowers, but turns him into a human spider.
Right.
Spoiler.
So my question becomes, what were they trying to do to the spider?
Make it more of a spider?
Make it more spider?
Give it 16 legs.
Yeah.
Like, what was it supposed to do? I understand that, the molecular buildup of humans and spiders are different, granted. But what exactly were they trying to do to the tarantula?
Yeah, and I can't say I can't believe the old man security guard, because it's not like he's going in. Is he interviewing the scientist every day? So what are you doing today, Doc? And well, Jimmy, I'm glad you asked. This is what we've been up to for the last 20 years or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's all we're given, is that, it's making them stronger somehow. And that's the thing, they take red goo from one spider and put it in another spider, and all we see is that other spider later on after the robbery is walking around, it gets stepped on, and then just gets back up and keeps going. So it's somehow invincible.
Right.
Now, what this movie will not do is to show us that this guy becomes invincible, because the only time he gets shot, he dies.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, the spider becomes invincible, but it doesn't give him invincibility, which is entirely what he was looking for in the first place.
Yeah, he gets the, like, Captain America level strength, from the get-go. And, okay, sorry, we should finish the summary first, because I've got way too much to...
Okay, well, let's go.
I've got thoughts.
So over the next little while, he starts using his powers. He's finding out what his powers are. This is a very Venom-esque movie. If you saw Venom last year, where he's constantly hungry and he's gaining strength, and he can find out that he can do things. He can shoot webs out the middle of his chest.
Because they don't want to get sued.
Because don't most spiders shoot it out of their butt?
Thank you.
That's what. In real life, spiders shoot webs out of their butt.
Yes.
That, or if he had maybe if he had grown something like a thorax on up front there, maybe a little beer belly action, but have the web be in there. So it doesn't have to shoot out of his ass. I don't know.
We did see the beer belly action in one scene, but then in the next scene it was gone.
So that goes nowhere, yeah.
Right, and then we see the scene. Well, I'll talk about that scene when we get to it. But there's a hilarious scene that wasn't supposed to be hilarious. So
okay,
but he gains his superpowers.
Right, he gains his superpowers, and then he shows off in front of not Denise Richards. He beats up the bullies, who I guess have nothing better to do than just to stand outside the building and wait for people to come by to bully. Because that seems to be all they're doing.
But okay, since we're talking about these guys, mind you, that is true. However, it seems to only be a 9 to 5 job, because at one point our hero comes home after dark and they're gone. So
fair enough.
They only do they have to be home before it's dark? Like, is that what their moms say? Or
don't remember at the end of the movie he gets them and it's dark. So.
Well, I know, but it's just the first time we see them not in front of the building, it's dark. So I'm like, oh, they punch out more. Do they punch in? Is it morning Ralph, morning Sam, chink, and then they go to work harassing the women of whatever city this is?
Well, it's not just the women; it's the homeless too.
Oh,
it
fair
seems
enough.
like. Oh, and that's another thing. We see him bond with this homeless man. And you think that's going to go somewhere. It's like, oh, he's gonna get hungry and he's gonna want to eat this homeless, and that goes nowhere.
Yeah.
All this camaraderie, all this, what he builds up with this homeless man, that doesn't go anywhere. There's a lot of things in this movie that you think's going to go somewhere, never do, and it's just there for padding to get it out to an hour and a half. Because I think this was originally, well. Do they swear? Because there's swearing in this. Because I think this was originally for the sci-fi movie.
It's a TV movie.
It's a TV movie.
Yeah,
and
that's what it's billed under.
An hour and a half, so that means it was 2 hours with commercials.
Right.
Right. So they were just using all this stuff to pad it out.
Oh, wow.
And this is my question, too. Why is it called Earth versus the Spider?
Good question. Thank you. I have that in my notes too.
Because he never leaves like the borough of his one town.
Well, I have an opinion on that if you guys want to hear it.
Go ahead.
I know I'm an old, white, middle-aged man, and my opinion doesn't mean much nowadays, but here's my opinion. I think it was homage because there was a movie from the 50s called Earth versus the Spider.
Right.
And as you guys pointed out before, we really don't know what time this movie takes. It supposedly takes place in 2001, but we see like rotary phones and newspapers are a good thing, and nobody has a computer. I know computers weren't as prolific as they were now then, but computers were around in 2001. I just think it was an homage because I think the director was just trying to make it feel like a 1950s movie set in 2000. So I just think the name is just an homage to past movies. Because when he goes into the comic book store, the movie playing on the TV is Tarantula, which is a 1950s giant spider movie. I don't think the name has anything to do with the movie. I think it's homage to the movies that he was trying to pay homage to in this movie. Just my opinion on that.
Well, the original came out in 1958. The original Earth versus the Spider. In fact, actually, our main character, last name Kemmer, is named after the lead role, Ed Kemmer, played by, the actor, playing one of the roles, Ed Kemmer played Professor Art Kingman. So there actually was a scientist involved.
Oh, wow.
Now, that one, the description, according to IMDb, reads, teenagers from a rural community and their high school science teacher join forces to battle a giant mutant spider.
That's from the 1950s one.
That's the 50s one that this one's named after, but they change it saying, well, there's that darn Marvel movie coming out into this year, so why not change it to be a Spider-Man ripoff?
Yeah, I'm really surprised this wasn't the Asylum movie.
Well, honestly, guys, this isn't a you know what this is a ripoff of? The Fly. This is really a low-grade Fly.
Oh, it definitely has elements of that for sure.
Yeah, I kind of see this both. I kind of saw this both because it does have the body horror from The Fly, but
yeah, but all the comic book, the overt comic book references and stuff like that. I'm sorry, and I'm calling out character archetypes. I mean, this came out the same year as Spider-Man, but the Spider-Man story goes back to like the 60s as well. So I can't help but think it's part this, part that. And you're right, though. I mean, let's talk about like some of the cars. Some of the cars are from the 30s and 40s. Some of the vehicles you see on the street, like these goons outside the apartment are from like a bad 70s or 80s movie. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they didn't call him a jive turkey as they were trying to, you know what I mean? The way they're dressed and the way it's like there's no one does that in 2001. We know this is after 1996 because John Cho drops the name Lara Croft. Tomb Raider came out in 1996. No, so
he also has mini cameras. You know, he sets up mini cameras.
That's right. Yeah, all his little spy gear that he has. But his TV is from the 50s.
I was going to say on a 50s TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So this movie has no idea what era it's in. I know there are like you go back to the Tim Burton Batman, they do kind of an older aesthetic to try and keep it kind of timeless, right? Like this isn't really any era. This is somewhere else. This just doesn't do that as well, because especially since they're bringing in references like other pop culture stuff like Lara Croft or referencing comic books and stuff like that. Like I think it's trying to do that. Exactly. There's no way this guy is naming his dog Thor after the Norse myth.
No, you're absolutely right. Yes. And then when the reporters show up at the break-in, they have that old-timey camera that you have to hold with both hands.
Yeah, with the big flash bulb that made the
flash in his face.
This movie... It is, yeah, this was throwing me off throughout the entire thing because they're just like, well, we'll reference something from the 90s, but we'll have cars from the 50s and goons from the 60s and 70s or whatever. And I'm surprised there wasn't a rumble.
You're absolutely right, because I have that in my notes. I go, this movie doesn't know what time frame it wants to be in.
Yeah. All right, so go on, Derek, please.
So he goes on. He gets a little bit of revenge on the bullies, and there's a scene where he. And we can
I make a comment here about the bullies?
Sure.
Or this is okay. So this is something that bothered me in the movie. It's because we go back to the old man and our hero's name. I can't think of it. But he's like, you're a nice guy. And when he's talking to not Denise Richards, she's like, you know, some girls like a nice guy. So it's built up to the fact that, okay, so, you know, women like nice guys. The minute he gets macho and the minute he threatens these guys and the minute that's when her panties just drop. So all that talk about women liking nice guys, total bullshit in this movie, because the minute he shows that he's a badass, she just gets all into him.
Absolutely.
So
no, and she even gives him shit for being a nice guy after the robbery, when she's patching him up at home, talking about what happened and everything, and he gets up to walk her to the door. She gives him shit, says, you know what, you don't have to be a nice guy all the time. I can walk myself to the door. It's like, okay, so some girls like nice guys. Apparently you're not one of them.
Yeah. So that was just something that stuck in my craw when I saw that.
Amen. Yeah.
We see it again in the movie where Dan Aykroyd's wife is cheating on him with a gung ho cop, because apparently Dan Aykroyd has lost his nerve, which is a tough spot.
He's completely cuckolded.
Yes.
He knows about it.
That is a term I never thought we would be using on this show.
Who knows on using that term? That is a perfect term, but you're right. But
completely cuckolded in this entire movie.
Because they're open, they're out and about. They're painting the town red right under his nose, and he knows about it.
Yeah. And he doesn't do anything about it other than when she gets really drunk, he takes her home.
Yeah.
And then later on, she gets mad at him. You know where he is. You know what's happened to him. You know where he... And he's just like, whatever, and walks away.
Well, there's that scene in the middle there where they have their big chat, and this is where I'm like, do they think they're in Gone with the Wind? Because she's got like kind of old timey hair going on, and I'm surprised they didn't use like a bit softer lighting, and you know, I do declare I need a man with strength, and
Yes.
just talking about and basically calling him a pussy to his face.
And he's drinking a martini.
He's drinking a martini. He's
that was ready to go when he got home. It
it
was already shaken.
Yeah, well, she's
or
a drunk.
stirred, whichever way he prefers, but I don't care.
That's already had my favorite. Okay, well, we're jumping around. Okay, let's get through the plot summary, and then we can go back.
Okay, well, I
got something to say. So.
I want to go back. I want to go back to the point where he's talking to not Denise Richards, and he's getting the marks on his arm. The one guy calls it tattoo, but basically it's showing that the spider thing is taking over. And she thinks that he's doing drugs.
Yeah.
And he says, no, I'm not doing drugs. I work at a chemical factory, and I just injected myself with something, and I don't know what exactly it was.
You read my mind. That is exactly what I have in my notes.
And then she says, "Oh, okay." She's like, "I will not stand here if you're a drug user. I know track marks when I see them." No. I work in a chemical factory, and I don't know what this was, but I just stabbed myself with it. She's like, "Oh, okay, that makes more sense." What?
You are 100% right. I have that in my notes. She's studying to be a nurse, and this guy just told you he injected himself with a foreign with a foreign substance that he knows nothing about, and you just like, okay, that's fine.
Which
what?
And there's visible side effects. Like she can see what it's doing. You would think as a woman of science, right? Or someone who wants to help people, she would want to start investigating this. Like I thought she was going to start playing a bit bigger role, like using whatever medical training she has to try and help him. Nope, she's just the neighbor who ends up being the damsel in distress. Like,
yeah,
that's her entire role in this. She has no substance in this.
Yeah, she has no agency other than to be a love interest and a damsel in distress.
There are no strong women in this movie. She's just a damsel in distress, and Dan Aykroyd's wife. There's only really two female characters, and Dan Aykroyd's wife is just a drunk whore.
Yeah,
and no strong female characters in this movie at all.
Which is funny because they invoke again. I'll say it, Laura Croft, who was created as a strong female character for a video game later on movies.
Yeah.
So they invoke the name of Laura Croft, but there are no Laura Crofts in this movie.
But here's the weird thing: is throughout the whole movie, while all this is going on, there's a murderer on the loose. And apparently, so was that actually the murderer that went to kill or rape not Denise Richards?
Yes.
How do we know? How do we know that?
I don't know.
We're never told. Like we're told that the killer's dead. Wait a second. The killer. You don't know who it is. How do you know it's this guy?
Yeah.
Where's the evidence trail that says this is the guy that was doing all the murders?
And we're just assuming that it's this guy because that's what they say during the movie. So
is our police force. How are we supposed to believe these guys know what they're doing?
That'd be very convenient police work if you could just pick a guy out and go, he did it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, case solved.
Just pick a dead guy so they can't say no, I didn't. That's all. Yeah.
Well, here's what I took from that scene. This is the scene where he's slowly realizing that something's happening to him, and
so slowly, so damn slowly. Sorry, go on.
No, you're absolutely right because I have written in my notes this takes forever.
Yeah.
So Denise Richards is getting beat up, and he punches her, and she goes unconscious. And the minute it happened, I said to myself, he's going to come in and do some super spider shit because she's unconscious and she won't be able to identify him.
Oh,
absolutely. And that's exactly. Once she went unconscious, he's going to bust in there with his quote unquote spider sense. Did you hear that? He has spiders. They don't call it spider sense, but he has spider sense. So another reference to Spider-Man right there. Yeah.
He feels tremors in and vibrations like a spider does on a web, and that's what's giving him the heads up. Since we brought up the powers, first of all, that scene makes me laugh kind of because she's in the fight of her life. This is exactly when he's bonding with the bum outside. This is his, you got $1 for my car, and he guessed, you don't have a car. Wah, wah. Meanwhile, upstairs, this woman's about to be raped in the, or killed.
And bonding with the bum, as we mentioned before, leads to nowhere.
Right, leads to nowhere. No. And then he stops to be like, do you hear that? Do you feel that? Well, first of all, you injected yourself with something foreign. You know it's changing your body. And you think the bum's going to hear all of that? What makes you think the bum has has these superpowers? And he's wasting time. And meanwhile, you're right. She's getting beat up, poor thing. And it's absolutely a trope, where she can't see him, so he's going to reveal himself to the villain only and take him out.
Oh, and by the way, I just want to go back. We were talking about how we don't know what time this movie takes place in.
Yeah.
I have written in my notes, I just saw this. When they're at the bar, the song that's playing, it's Hootie and the Blowfish. Hootie and the Blowfish are playing in the bar. So there's another time reference. So this is mid-90s that they're doing with the music. So yeah, this is all over the place. And how they got that song for that movie? Well, I guess that's way past Hootie's prime. But I only want to be with you. That's the song that's playing in the bar.
Yeah,
I know what song I'm using for this show.
So, tell me.
You don't bring this show in with the 1960s Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh no, we can get
That's
to
true
on
too.
that one. Yeah. Does he have super hearing? They make us think he has super hearing.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I didn't know spiders hear real well. They hear me talking about it right now, obviously, because they have super hearing. That's a thing that spiders have, right?
Well, you know the giant ears that spiders have.
Yeah, absolutely. They tell me. They keep telling me to keep it down, so I guess they do.
I was so happy he didn't hurt the dogs. I am not cool with dogs or cats getting hurt in movies.
That was the one good move, is that he says he gives the dog to the neighbor, so he's like, take care of him because I can't right now. Basically, I'm going to eat this thing if he hangs around. Thor was my favorite character, by the way.
So they solved the murder of the Midtown Murderer. Midtown Slayer?
Midtown Murderer, I think, yeah.
Which is what very descriptive. Oh, he murders in Midtown. He's the Midtown Murderer. Good job. And then what? The cop goes. How does the cop die? Williams. The one that the wife is cheating on, that the guy hates because he bullied him.
He responds to a call at the bodega.
At the bodega?
The convenience store?
Oh, right. Oh, really? Is that the one?
Yeah. Yeah, because Aykroyd finds his badge at the... Is that the right term? Bodega, is that a convenience store? Is that an American term for... I've heard bodega a lot. Isn't that what it is?
No, we do not use that term here in America. We just use convenience store.
I think in New York they use it. I've heard that.
Look that up.
Yeah.
That.
Anyway,
go ahead.
But yeah, so the only other lady character in this is playing a what would you call him? Goth? A couple of goths are in the store. He thinks that the one guy is he thinks the one guy's going to rape her and rob the other girl that's there, the other goth girl. So he beats up the guy. And then she's like, "You're weird. We were just, he's my boyfriend." I'm like, "Excuse me? He's weird for stopping someone who said he was going to rob and rape you?"
It's like she's obviously in an abusive relationship, but when somebody comes to defend her, she jumps to her boyfriend's aid. This guy who, like you said, is just been slapping her around and threatened to rape and rob her.
I don't think it was that. I think they were into some weird stuff, like they were just playing robber and victim. It was role play. Yeah, it was some weird role play. But you're out in a convenience store. Take that shit home.
Yes.
If you don't want someone to stop, if your boyfriend's going to pretend to rob you and threaten you in public, you can't just shout at someone who steps in. Come on.
No.
Like, if I saw that going on in a convenience store, I wouldn't stop and be like, "Excuse me, are you two cosplaying?" No. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
You two LARPing? Are you two LARPing?
Yeah. Are you LARPing? Sadly, I know. I know a few.
Plus
people.
one rate. Plus one rate. Plus one rate.
My defense is +5. So.
But once again, a poorly written female character. Not a very good female character.
God no.
And so she tries to run away, and he chest webs her.
When he first discovers his chest web, he has webbed himself. He's webbed the ceiling, so he's dangling, but his body is perfectly horizontal. It's like, that's not how gravity works. You're not. No. It looked like a magic trick where somebody's going to put a hoop around him at one moment. Like his arms and legs would be dangling. It would be dangling, and he just woke up perfectly horizontal, like he was hypnotized, you know. And now my assistant. Yeah, so
he's the lovely assistant.
Here's my guess. So this movie does not know how gravity works.
Or that nodule in his chest is so perfectly centered somehow.
Yeah, it's his perfect center of balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's perfectly balanced.
Yes.
So he webs him up, and the cop shows up, and he's like, "Huh." And he makes some kind of smart-ass remark. And she's webbed up on the floor. She can barely breathe. And he's like, "Huh, well, that's interesting." I'm like, "Fucking cut her loose."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, hang on, I'll get you out." And he's not very quick. Like, he's not rushing to save her life. He's like, "Oh, all right, well, I guess this is my day now. All right. Let me find it." Like, he brings out a Swiss Army knife, and he's going through all the attachments, like, let's see, bottle opener, spoon, toothpick. Oh, here's the knife. All right, here we go. I'm like, maybe fucking hurry, asshole.
And did you notice that her she was webbed pretty much from the waist up, but she was acting like the webbing was everywhere, like her legs couldn't move?
She was webbed only on her left side.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, just the one side.
When she falls over, she's webbed on completely the left side. The right side is not touched, yet she can't move anywhere.
Yet she could have brought out her right arm and pointed up the stairs where Spider Guy where Spider Guy was hiding.
Yeah.
We can't even use Man Spider because that was a Marvel character in the 90s too. But anyway, yeah, no, and then he comes down like he does his like a Willem Dafoe Green Goblin type thing.
But I don't know if you guys noticed when that scene was shot, you can clearly see the wires under his shirt.
Oh, no way.
Yes, if you look at his shirt is pulled up in a way that those are clearly wires. So that just, I saw that, yeah.
I was laughing too hard. I couldn't. My eyes were teared up.
I saw that. I laughed even more. So
yeah. Sorry, go on.
So what happens after that? So
after that, he doesn't kill Williams. He takes Williams back to the basement of his apartment house.
Right.
The storage room that doesn't seem to need a key most of the time.
That anybody can wander into.
Yeah.
Yes. You're going to keep your valuables. Oh, by the way, we passed up the part where he's helping her move her stuff down into the basement, and a box breaks open, and all these comic books fall out. So she's a comic book nerd too. Wow.
Wait a second. Hot nurse lives next door and read comic books. Did I write this movie? I may have written this.
Don't get ahead of me, Mark.
Oh, you know I was going to say that. So yeah.
Dan Aykroyd. This is the part where Dan Aykroyd shows up at the convenience store. Checking out. And I was surprised. Dan Aykroyd was in this movie more than I thought he would be, because I thought he was going to be I thought this was going to be a typical. I'll give you one day of shooting, and you can put my name above the credits.
Oh,
One
yeah.
of those. And no, I mean, he's not a lot in the. He's in sporadically in the first half of the movie, but in the second half of the movie, he's pretty much in it all the way to the end.
He becomes the main character. Yeah, he becomes the main protagonist.
He does.
Because our hero turns villain, essentially. Like, he does, like, one heroic thing, but then he just becomes a flat-out murderer and a thief. And, like, he steals from his best buddy, John Cho. He just, like, he takes the Arachnid Avenger statue and just says, I'm good for it, and he leaves, so he just stole from him.
Well, he does pay him back eventually.
I guess, but, I mean, like, there's...
No, you're right. You're right. At that point, we don't know that. At that point, he takes something from who he calls his best friend. So
and yeah, we know he's killed the goons. We know he's taken the police officer. He's somehow, during the whole convenience store thing, managed to suck.
He grows a hoof during that, his spider arm, which looks like a cow hoof. So
yeah, but how did he drain the life from that guy? He didn't spend that much time with him. Like, he flipped him over and then was dealing with the girlfriend. But we come back to Aykroyd and the medical examiner, and he's like, "Oh, somehow he sucked the life out of him." Oh, thanks for the medical explanation, Doc.
yeah.
Here's the problem. The main problem I have with this movie is all the kills and all the action is off screen. We never see anybody. We never see him really take somebody apart on screen. We never see him suck the blood on screen. Most of the violence happens off screen. There's a quick blackout.
Well, yeah, the one big one is when he punches the Midtown murderer and he goes flying through that door. That's the one big action sequence.
That's the one action scene that they show.
Yeah, the rest of the time it's all, or it's very, like, there's the one with Trixie. I guess we're getting to that, but yeah, sorry, keep going.
Well, I guess we'll head towards the end because it all comes to a head. You got the Williams is in the web being, I guess, slowly eaten because he needs to eat. And that, if you've seen Venom, then you know that this is the way that this goes. But so he's got Williams there, I guess, slowly eating him. She comes in. Well, first off, Dan Aykroyd comes in because he just suddenly figures out that he knows what's going on. Because he talks to one of the biochem guys. He's like, "So, what are you doing here?" And they're like, "Can't tell you." It's like, "You're doing genetic research, aren't you?" He's like, "Yeah." "Have you ever done a human cross with a spider?" "No, that you know of." And then they cut.
Wink.
Wink. So
after, we go to these crime scenes and there's all these spider webs and and then finally Dan Aykroyd takes a sample of a spider web and sends it, and takes it to the lab and all that. So, but I'm just, it's shoddy police work in all the scenes, which I guess they needed to have so the movie could progress. But it's the cops in this movie. Most of the cops in this movie are incompetent. Even back to the original break-in, where the two cops come storming in. That is not how two real cops would handle that situation at all. It's not how they would have.
Take no prisoners. Ah! Yeah, those guys are crazy. And then Buddy beats up the security guard. "How'd you let this happen? You got my partner killed." And I was like, "Whoa, Buddy." The weird thing about the police work is that whatever they're doing, it's working. I don't know if I missed a scene or something like that, but somehow Dan Aykroyd does, in between scenes of him trying to reconcile with Trixie back in Gone with the Wind, he somehow links it to the security guard.
Yeah,
he just starts showing up at his place.
And at that point, the spider.
Sure
when the spider guy goes, wrong place, wrong time. And at that point, I didn't know whether Dan Aykroyd was going to be the hero or the next victim. So it was kind of ambiguous. I'm like, is he the next one to die, or is he going to, is he going to be the hero in this? So.
Yeah, and then that's when I guess we see he kills the goons. Next, his next feeding frenzy is the goons. Meanwhile, he's kind of terrorizing his neighbor just by ripping his apartment apart and getting all mad, and he's in his hammock.
There and doesn't do anything. That's you're not gonna. You know that there's something wrong with him. You've seen that there's something physically wrong with him, and then you hear that, and you're not going to do it. You're just going to sit there and pet Thor. That's not a euphemism. That's the dog. And I know these are movie tropes, but it just none of the stuff. This movie could have been shortened if just people made rational, real life decisions. This movie wouldn't exist. So I guess you need to have people acting stupid just to have the movie. So
okay, but you could have had people make better decisions in this. I mean,
absolutely, I agree, absolutely.
Like, what if she had called the cops and Aykroyd responds? Now he knows something's up with this guy.
Boom. You know what? You've just screenwriting 101 that you should teach a course, Mark.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I do want to say I think Aykroyd did he played it straight, and in my notes I have written Dragnet. I think he played it a lot like his character in Dragnet. He played it straight. He wasn't going for laughs. He was playing it as a film noir cop.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I liked his performance.
Yeah, Dragnet. I was getting a very, very heavy Dragnet feel from his performance in this movie.
Yeah.
Of course, he thinks he's in Gone with the Wind or something,
One of those scenes, he has my favorite line in the movie, where his wife, who's having an affair with Williams is still missing, and she goes to Dan Aykroyd, "Well, have you found him yet?" And he just looks at her and goes, "Look, maybe he got himself gone, maybe he got himself dead. Who knows?"
Yeah.
Either way,
himself dead.
Either way, he's out of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Either he got himself gone or he got himself dead. Either way, he's out of your life. And I know that wasn't supposed to be a funny line, but I laughed. I laughed at that line.
That's a real good one. My favorite one is so Aykroyd is walking. This is after the attack. Mary Jane she's in her apartment and being treated by a paramedic. The paramedic says, "You'll be okay."
Yeah.
And then Aykroyd takes one step. Is she okay?
Yeah, I noticed that.
How bad you hearing, bud? She wasn't whispering like, "You'll be okay." It's like, no, you'll be fine. Will she be fine? Yeah, she'll be fine. I'm surprised we didn't have 3 more cops. Will she be fine? How's she doing? She okay? Is everything?
Is the pretty girl okay?
Let's talk about the paramedics in this movie. So we go back to the beginning, and this guy, the security guard, spider guy, he gets beat up by the intruders. So he has this gaping head wound, which nobody fixes. There's no paramedics. So he comes home with a bloody head wound.
Yeah.
The cops question him. They let him walk out of that place with a gaping head wound that had to be treated several hours later by a nurse who doesn't know what a heroin needle looks like. So
I guess she's year 1 med school or
yes. So
well,
I just want to say I took this hypodermic needle I found on the street. I injected it in my face. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, mister, I'm going to patch you up right now.
Right.
You know how this movie...
I'm a dizzy dame. I got nothing to do.
You know, this movie could have gone right after that incident. He could have sued the police force because he got assaulted by a police officer while he was just doing his job. He could have sued Biochemco for wrongful termination because he was just doing his job and got fired for it. And also for unsafe workplace and stuff like that because he got hurt on the job. This is 2001, so it's not like these aren't like 1940s workplace practices where you have to just walk it off. They didn't get him proper medical treatment. He was hurt on the job. This kid could have just retired a millionaire just now, in one day, in one afternoon. Yeah. Forget it. Like, I'm not going to take this weird serum and fuck up my body. I'm getting a lawyer.
Yeah, wrongful termination.
You got assault, but like you could have sued the city because one of their.
Yep, sue the cop, unsafe working environment. Oh yeah. Oh, he could have been rich.
He could have owned Biochemco.
With an unknown biohazard chemical. Well, call us.
Yeah.
We'll go to court for you.
No, well, there's no paramedics there, so no ambulance chasers came to see him. He had to walk it off.
Did you foolishly stab yourself with a chemical that you don't know what it is to impress a girl next door? Call me. I'm George Shapiro.
Yeah. I'm on your.
Doing his, if he injects himself with that stuff, if they eventually get to him, they're going to treat the head wound and see that on his arm and like, what the hell is this? You need to get this taken care of. What did you just do?
Yeah, they would have taken him to the hospital, right? And that was been a whole other movie.
Yes.
It would have been quarantine.
Sorry, the other thing I have in my notes real quick. So I was talking about how bad everybody's hearing is. So when Quentin shows up after the assault, right, and is like, what's going on? I have nothing to do with this. And she runs up, all of a sudden runs into his arms, and I was so scared, and she's crying on his shoulder. And then he's like, okay, I'll talk to you later. He goes into his apartment and he screams, I stopped the killer. Like, the cops are outside his door looking for the unknown person who stopped the killer from, killing this woman. And here's a guy in his apartment. I stopped the killer. Yay!
I have superpowers. I'm a superhero. Yeah, I know.
Because we know later in the movie, these walls have no soundproofing, so you can hear going on. So yeah,
I started laughing. I was like, wait a second. Well, we know Dan Aykroyd has bad hearing. He couldn't hear someone 2 feet away say, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
So
he's
what about the rest of the
dog?
Good God. Oh my God.
Well, let's get to the end because finally there's a big showdown in the apartment. Dan Aykroyd comes in and the fucking wife comes in. She dies. So fucking good riddance to her. And it comes down to the girl who is trapped in the web, Dan Aykroyd on the other side, and the Spider-Man in the middle. And he's like, kill me. You have to kill me. You have to shoot me in my heart. Because I guess he gets these spider powers. Hang on. He gets spider powers from an unknown serum that he found at Biochemco. And then he just assumes that his weakness is the same as a comic book character.
That's insane.
So he says, well, so his best friend says, well, he has a human heart, he has a soft heart, so you gotta get stabbed or shot in the heart. So then Dan Aykroyd's like, no, I won't kill you. I won't kill you. He's like, all right, fine, I'll make you. And then he turns around and goes after the girl, and that's when Dan Aykroyd kills him because turning on a dime is not a big problem in this movie.
Well, yeah, and he shoots him in the back.
Yeah. Several times.
Not the heart.
The back of the heart.
I
guess.
guess.
The back of the heart. Well, I assumed like he shot him so many times, eventually one of them hit the heart.
I guess.
Right.
We'll never see it. But well, they make a big deal of John Cho telling him like his heart is human, so if it dies, it doesn't come back, right? So the rest of him I guess this arachnid Avenger can regenerate his limbs or recover from serious wounds and stuff really quickly.
Sure.
But if you hit him in the heart, then that's it, right? So, okay, that's kind of how you build a comic book character. He has a strengths and one weakness. Sure. But yeah, to assume that you now have the exact same powers as this guy?
Yeah.
Why? What if it's Swiss cheese? What if that's your weakness?
Well, here's what I thought, because he phrases it like his heart breaks in issue 4. So I thought like it's going to be Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
Like, his heart is going to metaphorically break, and then going back to the flower, like we said before. Oh, so he's going to, in spider form, he's going to give her that flower, and we'll have the metaphoric heartbreak before he dies. Nope, that doesn't happen. So,
well, yeah, I thought yeah, I kind of thought too. Maybe I was giving this movie way too much credit. That she was like she was going to see him in the true form. He gives her the flower. She screams because he looks awful, and then that breaks his heart. And he would maybe just fall over or something, right?
right, something like that. That's where I thought they were going with the broken heart and the flower and the love interest. Yes, we were giving this movie way too much credit because
Yeah,
they just the back.
yeah, just shoot him in the back, and that's fine. There's before I forget, John Cho says something that okay, they're trying to be all comic booky with this, and they even have a comic book store owner. He pulls out 1 point. He says it's 1.1 trade paperback of Arachnid Avenger. Okay, and then he goes, I'm going to give it the what do you call it? The triple bag treatment.
Triple bag, something
yeah,
like.
Yeah, the triple bag treatment, and I'm going to put the comic book condom on it. Well, the bag is the condom, and you don't need 3 of them, first of all. Secondly, no one ever does that with trade paperbacks because they're not the original issues and therefore not worth anything. There's my comic book geek out moment. You don't
Nerd!
Need it. Yeah, there. I had to go full nerd there for a second because I'm like, they made it try and sound like something a nerd would say, but no, bag and board it, and there you go. You're done.
No, you don't. Right, you don't bag trade paperbacks because it's just like buying a book. It's just like buying a novel.
Yeah, they don't have any value. And secondly, putting it in 3 bags isn't going to. Triple bagging it doesn't do anything. I was going to the comic book shops during this time, like it was, like the late 90s and the 2000s. I know of what I speak, but anyway.
But speaking of Beauty and the Beast, that part, one of my favorite parts of the movie is when he sprouts those spider mandibles.
Oh, yes. Sorry,
she comes to the door and starts banging, and they're having this conversation through the door, and he's talking to her, and he's going, I'm just going to ask you a question. If I asked you out, would you have gone out with me? And she's like, of course I would have gone out with you. And they're trying to be like romantic and have pathos there. It just comes off as ridiculous and funny because he's trying to talk with these spider mandibles that disappear the next morning. I don't know how that happens too. Apparently spiders have mandibles.
Well, it was ridiculous because you have these 2 adults, these 2 20, 30-something adults, and he's like, would you go out with me?
Yes.
Like some kind of fucking like sophomore in high school.
Yeah, no, you're right, and there's a better way to film this. Like you show, because this poor bastard had to put these prosthetics in his mouth and then try and deliver his lines. They really could have just shown him approach the door, but then have just the conversation on the other side. We just switch to the other side of the door, and then that way he's free to talk. I like seeing him try and struggle to talk with these things in his mouth was hilarious. I lost all the romance of the scene or whatever they were trying to go for.
Yeah,
it just doesn't come across because he's like Scott said, right? He's just got these 2 things in his mouth and he's trying to have a normal conversation.
And the thing was, like, and you guys were talking about your favorite lines in the movie. My favorite line is this part because she gets all mad because he's like, no, you have to go away, leave me alone. She's like, fine, I'll leave you alone. And I'm keeping your dog. What? Okay.
Mark, you're going to teach a screenwriting 101 class and a film editing 101 class because you're right. That would have been perfect where he's and once again, let's go back to the point where she's a nurse. She knows something's wrong with him. And he's talking like this through the door. You're really not going to pursue this, are you? You're really not going to get this guy any help. Okay, you know what? You're a shitty nerd.
He told you that he injected himself with something that he didn't know what it was. Have you completely forgotten that fact?
Her whole struggle through this movie, it's really like if she has any type of story arc, her only arc is trying to decide how invested she's going to get in this guy because it comes and goes. She's treating him. There's kind of a Florence Nightingale thing, and then she sees the needle mark. She's gone. Wait, no, it's an unknown substance. Okay, I'm back. And then I want to help you. Go away. Okay, fine. And I'm keeping your dog. Like, wait, this woman, she's just turning on a dime and over and over.
And then at the end, it's don't kill him, don't kill him, don't kill him.
We can save him. Really? How? You got a plan for that?
How? You couldn't save him before he grew fucking a spider head and 8 eyes and 6 more arms that make 10 all of a sudden.
Yeah. Well, he's part human, so.
Granted.
Yeah. Don't kill him. We can save him. Really? What textbook did you see that from?
Well, it goes back to what both of you have mentioned earlier. People are taking advice from people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. He's taking advice from a security guard on science.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd is taking advice from a girl in a web. No, don't shoot him. We can save him. How do you know that? Yeah. There's no reason for these people to know any of this, and they're just taking advice.
The only one that I think knows what he's talking about, speaking of that, is Walter the bartender.
Yes.
The kid goes in and Walter gives him the 411 on how to deal with these cops and basically don't fuck with them. You know what I mean? You don't want to see them on their best day. And that is actually solid advice because Walter doesn't know this guy has superpowers. So Walter's the only one giving advice that he actually knows what he's talking about and is helping people.
But at the end of the movie, Walter's like, "Hey, Dan Aykroyd, yeah, I know you're sad and shit, but it's half past closing time, and I want to go home. So get the fuck out."
I like the way he does it. Well, the only problem I have is I'm trying to close up. Like,
here's Dan Aykroyd pouring his heart. He's like, "You ever feel like you just don't matter? And nothing you ever do is right? And you ever feel like you just don't matter in the world?" And he's like, "Get out." Okay, then. Pay the bill, and he leaves.
I want a buddy movie with actually a Cheers style movie with Walter the bartender, and then every time Thor walks in, the crowd's like Thor, and he moses on up, and he gets like a saucer of water,
yeah,
a dish full of water, and a little treat. How's it going, Thor? I don't know, pretty rough, Walter.
Oh, boy, are my dogs barking.
Yeah.
Hey. And that's just my mother. Hey. You know.
Oh, she's a bitch. Hey!
Don't you mean your ex-wife? She's a bitch too. Yay. You know. Sorry.
But the scene after that is confusing because Aykroyd leaves the bar, and then it looks like it's a POV shot of Spider Guy, but then he drives directly to his apartment, and the Spider Guy is in his apartment. So that was confusing. I'm like, is the Spider Guy stalking Aykroyd because he's getting too close? But
I didn't get that at all. I had no idea. I think I was typing some notes.
Yeah.
So that just confused me. Once again, film shooting. Okay, because they went directly from. It had to be a POV shot because it was shot from across the street.
Oh, so from Spider Guy's perspective.
Right. And then, but the next scene, we go to his apartment and Spider Guy's in his apartment. So did he get back there? It was just a very confusing.
They are very quick, them spiders.
Yes, they are very quick.
Well, I mean, they hear you coming a mile away, so.
He did climb up the wall in one scene in a horrible CG screen effect, but.
I know they really should have just gone for the old electric company trick of just filming it on the ground, but pretending like he's climbing up the wall and then turn the camera sideways. The old Batman Robin. Yeah, there's an old Spider-Man live action thing that they used to do on TV. I don't know if you guys saw that down there in the States.
No. The electric company. Oh, I love Spidey on the electric. That was the first live action Spider-Man ever on the electric company.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
So we got to wrap up here, guys. Anything else real quick?
Oh, God. Well, one thing, when Walter, the bartender, said thank you, Grillo, my phone lit up as if thinking he said, okay, Google. And my phone just did it again.
Here's a matching
Oh,
video.
well, the last
it just looked something up.
the comic book owner has a statue of Spider Guy in his fully developed form.
Yeah. How does he know?
How does he know that? I'm guessing once all this comes to light, the government everybody's coming down to shut this shit down and cover it up.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
there's absolutely no way he would know what his buddy transferred into.
Yeah,
because when he saw him last, he was nowhere near what he became. So
No, not even close. Yeah, so Spider Guy ends up in a body bag and shipped off to a government facility. That's the only way this ends.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that comic book guy, he might end up missing because the government, they'll this.
What do you? Yeah, they're going to bring him in for questioning.
Yeah, they might bring him in for questioning, and he doesn't leave. So right.
yeah, exactly. Mysteriously disappears.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if I was running that building, I would just board up that window after the second time Buddy jumped through it.
Yeah.
Fuck that maintenance bill.
Again.
God damn it.
He keeps doing it. Yeah. So you said the name Earth versus the Spider. No, it should have been Grillo versus the Spider. That's as much of this movie as we get.
Pretty much. Well, that'll take us into it. Then we always try to find the real story behind the story. Mark, what do you got?
Two of them. Or is it a junior high school production of Spider-Man tweaked just enough so they don't get sued? Or is it the web woven about a cop who couldn't pull the trigger, was seen as weak by his colleagues, and his wife who openly cheated on him, only to watch her die in his arms at the hands of a monster?
Oh, there you go.
I think this is the Dan Aykroyd story with just some weird monster movie tacked on. Because otherwise, it's a kind of an interesting cop personal drama that they've got going on, this whole cuckold thing there.
Well, and the thing is, when he finds the guy that's been cheating with his wife dying, he tries to save.
Right to the end.
He's the guy that ruined your life, and he's such a good cop or a good guy that he tries to save him.
Even though Buddy's like, "Kill me now," okay.
So
a lesser man would have taken him up on that. Sorry, what do you got, Scott?
My take on this movie is, if you ever want to have a wonderful laugh, just watch Dan Aykroyd run in dress slacks, because it was. but little I have in my notes, Aykroyd has a giant ass, and he does. And just run in those olive-colored dress slacks across the street. He does it for one scene. He just runs, and it's like, he said to the director, "I'm going to run, and I'm going to run once. So you better get that shot, because I'm not doing it again."
Very true. I have it simply, or is it Mean Mark's WSWD? Web slinging wet dream.
Oh my God, you did put that as yours.
Because you've got the Spider-Man T-shirt on, man.
I am literally wearing one right now. Yeah,
and I know you want them powers. So.
I want that. Yeah, I can do without the body modification horror of it all. But yeah, the cute nurse next door who also reads comic books and is interested in me. I mean,
and we'll take care of your dog. Yeah.
And spider powers can watch my dog, who I've named Thor. I mean, this guy is almost me. I just don't have a job as a security guard. I did think about it at one time. So you're almost bang on.
Your best friend is a comic book store owner?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't have one of those right now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
we got to wrap up because I got to get going. But Scott, where can they find you, and what are you doing these days?
You can find me at my website, scottyblanco.com. Right now, I'll be heading up north for some tour dates. That'll be on my calendar. Also trying to get my YouTube channel. I'm doing those 4.5-minute reviews, and I reached 100 subscribers, so now I have a personalized URL. So you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/Scott White Comedian. So please go to the page, watch the videos, subscribe, go to my Patreon page, and if you want specific videos, you can request those with a certain tier on my Patreon page. That's all I got right now. But yes, head to the YouTube, youtube.com/ScottWhiteComedian, and help me get some views on some of my videos.
Sweet. Well, that's going to pretty much do it for Earth versus the Spider. I'm Derek McFarlane.
I mean, Mark.
And I'm Scott White.
Join us next time. We'll take a look at the story of an online video gamer who was hunted by a white masked killer. What's your favorite scary Twitch channel? Join us for Stream.